Hello, my name is Grace Odell, and this is my Lesson 3 Classroom Environment Schedule, Expectations, and Procedures presentation for Pre-K. This is my physical classroom environment. Right here is the front door with all of our cubbies. There's an art area that has, various art activities. Our library, the kitchen area with like 2 stoves. There are 2 giant windows that are like right here and above the kitchen area. Our morning meeting rug and our calendar, and we have a whiteboard, and then there's a computer that's in this corner. This spot right here is like 5 IKEA cube shelves that are filled to the brim with toys. We have our sink area for hand washing, and then we have our tables and chairs right here. And then we have plants that are over here in this back corner on a table. This is my classroom environment that I'm currently in, and I've made a couple adjustments to kind of mimic this week's reading. I believe that my classroom environment will build a positive and predictable environment by giving children different spaces to be creative and expressive. I believe that the classroom will have, my classroom will support students' behavior and special interactions because it will be filled with different activities, toys, and opportunities for children to express themselves and have special interactions with their peers and with their teacher. I believe that my classroom will provide a safe and challenging learning environment because there are areas all spread out, because the areas are all spread out so children will not be on top of each other. The environment will be challenging by placing STEM items, books, and art projects that are challenging, that challenge the children and provide them opportunities to expand their knowledge on their own. This is my half-day schedule. I am currently working at a center from 7 a.m. to around 2 o'clock. So this is kind of what we do every day, and I've kind of made some minor adjustments of like what I would do or add. So from 7 to 8:30 a.m. is drop-off and free play or outside time, depending on the weather or if the children want to go outside. From 8:30, it is breakfast and bathroom breaks. 9 a.m. is morning meeting. That is just our, typical, we sing songs, do the calendar, that type of stuff during that time. 9:30 is arts and crafts, and I try to make sure that we do at least one arts and craft each day because children really enjoy doing it and it gets them hands-on. 9:50 is math, science, or writing, and that's all depending on which day of the week it is or what activities are in the weekly lesson plan. 10:20 is bathroom breaks. 10:30 is free play or outside time, again, weather depending. 11:15 is lunchtime. 12 is bathroom breaks and prepare for nap, and 12:15 to 2:30 is nap time. And nap time is also, it can be fluctuated depending on how many children are sleeping and, so on and so forth. You don't want to have kids laying around if they're not sleeping. I believe that the schedule will build a predictable learning environment because it is put into practice each day. The children love the schedule and predict the next moves with enthusiasm. I believe that the schedule will help support students' behaviors and special interactions by giving them a daily schedule that is reliable and stays the same day in and day out. I believe that it will provide a safe and challenging learning environment. By continuously having the children doing something, the schedule is safe because children know what to expect and are not taken by surprise by changes. And if there are changes, they are informed days in advance or as early as I can let them know. These are my expectations during free play. Share and take turns. Be aware of the people around you. One toy container at a time, and clean up when asked to clean up. Arts and crafts. Share, take turns. Be aware of the people around you. One art project at a time. Ask permission to use scissors. Clean up all materials from art projects before moving on, and wipe off the tables once you are done. Outside time is a little bit more, there's more expectations because there's more going on. Wait for your name to be called before running out the door, one person at a time on the slides, ride bikes counterclockwise so there's no head-on collisions, no throwing mulch, put toys away before moving on to another activity, and all toys must be put away before we can go inside, and line up when you were called to come inside. Um, Creating expectations that are clear to a yes environment is beneficial to building relationships because it builds high quality teacher-child relationships, limits teacher intrusion, increases authentic learning experiences, and promotes independence and self-esteem. That is what I believe my expectations support the development of relationships. And I believe that these expectations support students' behaviors and special interactions by giving them a list of expectations that they need to follow and their peers need to follow. A special interaction could look like a child helping another child clean up their activity because they want to move to another one and play together. If the child did not have to clean up before changing activities, then the special interaction between the two may have not occurred. I believe that setting expectations in the classroom helps keep the classroom balanced, organized, and safe, and this helps reduce the stress of the students. It also helps reduce the stress of the students by them knowing what is expected of them in each area of the classroom, because if they did not know what was expected of them, then they may feel stressed or overwhelmed when they are being asked to uphold the expectations that they weren't aware of. Here are the 4 different procedures. I'm only going to go over drop off, breakfast, and probably outside time because lunch and breakfast are pretty similar. For drop off sign-in sheet, they write their first and last name or just first name depending on where they're at. Hang up their backpack in their cubby, wash hands, and then they free play with their friends until breakfast. Breakfast, clean up all toys, wash hands, find your name mat, and sit down at the table. Sit quietly with hands on your lap and tummy to the table while food is being served. Wait for all friends to be served before eating. When you are finished, raise your hand and tell your teacher. Throw all your trash away and clean your area, and go to the bathroom and wash your hands and face. Outside time, line up at the door. One student will count how many children and teachers there are, and then the teacher will call student's name, and then they can walk out the door to the playground once called. These procedures create a positive and predictable learning environment by stating and practicing what is expected of the children daily when it comes to the important times of the day. These procedures help support students' behaviors by giving them opportunities to follow directions and be a leading example of what is expected of the class. And I believe that by giving children procedures to follow during difficult times of the day will help keep them safe because they will all be working together to achieve the task that has been asked of them. Safety plan, I just put fire on here. For fire, we would have all the children line up at the door as quickly as possible, count how many children are with you. One teacher will be at the front of the line and one will be at the back. The children will exit the classroom and head for the exit that is safest to go through. And then we will walk briskly to our fire spot, which is a good distance away from the school. Once at the location, we will take attendance and update parents. We will stay on our location and wait for instruction from the director or the firefighters. The safety plan supports having a safety plan builds relationships because it shows the students that their teacher is prepared and cares about their safety in and out of the classroom. In the case of an emergency, having a plan of action for an emergency is going to help reduce the stress of the children and the teachers, because if a teacher or student did not know what to do, then it could cause major stress in an already stressful event. Creating a safety plan provides a safe environment for children because it helps keep them and the teacher prepared for if an emergency occurred. And these are my resources. And thank you for watching.